this isn't what you voted for, but you voted for it 3 times, you can understand why it's difficult for some of us to have a lot of faith in that, to put any stock 3 times. This isn't any different than it's been. Yes, absolutely, but it's the same song, just the what you voted for. You voted for someone who wasn't a politician, someone who was the least democratic, diplomatic, someone who regularly, blatantly, boldly ignores Congress, ignores the Constitution, said that they should both be changed simply to meet his will. Not a politician at all, despite the fact that, including the fact of reality that he just cannot speak. One of the things that's kind of a hallmark of politics is just oration, being able to communicate to your constituents. And this dude knows about 150 words max. He's an idiot. Clearly, he's not a politician. He doesn't have the decorum for it. He doesn't have the brain power for it. He doesn't have the cognitive function to be diplomatic. And he hates democracy and the Constitution. He believes that everything should be done at the behest of his will. Not at all political, not at all a politician. That's exactly what you voted for. You wanted somebody who'd run the country like a business. And maybe you didn't understand that business are purely for-profit ventures for the owners to extract as much capital as they can by exploiting labor and resources and materials and laws and just doing everything they can to make as much money as possible. Maybe you didn't understand that, but that's what you got. That's what you voted for, somebody to run the country like a business. And a businessman with a really strong track record of burning businesses to the ground, of creating businesses literally just as fraudulent entities. Like I've said this before, one bankruptcy is a failed business. Multiple bankruptcies is a business strategy. His entire business model is to promise you something huge, get money from investors who buy into it, including the financial institutions, defraud everybody by producing little to nothing, and then discharging the debt as he's pocketed all the money in the process. That is literally his business strategy, and that is what you're seeing happen with this country. That's exactly what you voted for. And you voted for it 3 times. Like I said, it's the same song, just the volume is turned up. This is exactly what we saw in his first administration. And then you voted for it a second time, and then you were upset that you didn't get it, even though you got infrastructure, even though you got a whole lot of policy that actually benefited you, and then was like, no, I don't like it, and voted for him again. And now you want to denounce it? Because by all means, by all records in the Constitution, you can't vote for him for a third time. And I heard one of the creators here say that, you know what you call a 3-time Trump voter who now denounces MAGA? A JD Vance voter. And that's exactly how we feel about you. And I wish we could have more trust and empathy and faith in you, because there's a big part of me that feels like we need you on our side. We need the entire population to be concerned and empathetic and want benefit for the entire population. But you have shown time and time again, while there are those of us who feel like everyone's lives should be better, you feel like just yours, even if that comes at the expense of other people.